Welcome to our channel. We have new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe. Hello guys, the name of today's storybook is Tom and Jerry, Fire-Breathing Tomcat.
It was just another day at the castle. Jerry was trying to swipe a good meal, but of course found himself pursued by errant Knight Tom. It was Tom's duty to protect the king's goodies. As Jerry ran, a heavy mace fell behind him. Close call. Back and forth he went, the mace falling in front of him and behind him, but Jerry dodged it each time, besting Tom yet again. Where is that Jerry? Could he be in this empty suit of armor? Of course he could. I got you now, thought Tom, but of course he did not. Jerry was safely hiding in the shoe and made a run for it before Tom took his mace to it. The chase was officially on. Jerry ran down the hallway and into a hole in the stone wall, giving Tom a raspberry just to let him know that he was now behind him. Tom was furious. He wielded his mace once, twice, 3 times into the stone, which was 1 time too many. The impact sent a crack climbing up the wall across the ceiling, dislodging the very big chandelier. Run, Tom! Run fast! Activity. Find 8 words hidden in the cracks in the stone floor and wall. Not fast enough. The chandelier caught Tom in mid-step, trapping him to the floor and sending the mace high into the air. What goes up must come down. Poor Tom. Then he heard the royal horns, a summons from the king. Tom marched down the red carpet to the foot of the throne, bowing to his highness. I want you to slay the fire-breathing dragon. Now, if Tom can't catch a mouse, how is he to slay a dragon? There was a distinct clattering in the chamber that sounded like Tom's knees knocking together. Me? Tom asked, pointing to himself. Activity. How many dragons can you find on this page?
What are you?
The king asked.
The chicken? You've got a sword. Use it,
he demanded. Tom, eager to show courage, tried to pull the sword from its sheath, but he overdid it, sending it flying and knocking the king's crown off his head and pinning it to the back of the throne.
Not on me, you knot-headed knight! On the dragon! Now go, before I demote you to sniveling knave.
Activity. Can you unscramble the words and point Tom to the dragon? Activity. Find 6 things that don't belong in this scene. Tom marched bravely as he could through the woods to the entrance of a huge cave, followed, of course, by a completely delighted Jerry, eager to help Tom in his quest. Tom heard a loud clatter from within his helmet.
Courage!
He could not disappoint the king. Tom slowly crept into the cave. Even Jerry hesitated. Then Jerry heard loud shrieks. Tom's shrieks! He tore out of the cave, surrounded by bats. Is this any way to treat a knight on royal errand? Luckily, he ran full tilt into a tree, which shook off the bats. His armor rattled like a gong. Jerry shrieked with laughter. This was real entertainment. Activity. Can you spot 2 bats that are the same? Jerry stopped laughing, though, at the point of Tom's blade. But blades are meant to be bent. Jerry used Tom's to give his noggin a good swat as he made a run for it. Tom was fast behind Jerry as he followed him into a dark cave. The lighting was so dim that Tom didn't see the stalactite in front of him. Wham! That stopped Tom for a second, but he was quickly back in the chase. Then he hit a second stalactite. Ouch! But that still didn't stop Tom. He continued after Jerry and ran into a third stalactite. Poor Tom. Tom stalked the cave for the tiny troublemaker. He heard a whistle. There he is! Tom moved in for the capture, till Jerry pointed out that he was standing on the sleeping dragon's head. He grabbed the beast's eyelids. Tom shook his head. Please don't. Jerry nodded his head. Oh, yes. And pulled back the dragon's eyelids. The first thing it saw was Sir Tom. Now there would be trouble, as if there hadn't been before. Activity. Tom might be even more scared if he could see the 4 shadows hidden in the picture. Can you see them? Tom held up his noble blade. Whoosh! The dragon breathed a blast of flame that melted it into a hairpin. Time to run, Tom! But the dragon's huge paw thundered down on poor Tom and squished him into his armor like a tin of cat food and swallowed him whole. Oh no! Tom slid right off and down into the beast's belly, followed by the fireball, which bounced around the stomach walls like a tennis ball. Tom opened his mouth in shock, and the flame ball went right in. Now what? One fiery hiccup later, Tom realized that he had a new weapon that was better than any sword. He could breathe fire. With a nasty grin, he huffed and puffed and blew a stream of flame right into the dragon's belly, causing the beast to cough Tom out like a hairball. The newly brave cat strutted right up to the dragon and kicked him in the shins. Take that! Enraged, the dragon reared back to blow an incinerating breath, only to puff out a tiny, disappointing smoke ring. Tom huffed and puffed and blew a wall of flame onto the dragon, sending him flying off and yelping like a puppy. Jerry couldn't believe his eyes. Tom pulled in another huge breath and directed it at Jerry, who barely escaped the flame. Hot on his tail, Tom blew puff after puff of fire at the terrified mouse before he encountered the stalactite again. Remember the stalactites? Tom didn't. Oof! Jerry raced out of the cave and into a big tree, but that didn't stop Tom. He turned it into a cluster of black toothpicks. Ah! Screamed Jerry as he fell straight down into Tom's open mouth. Tom gulped him down. Just what he always wanted. Only now it didn't seem as satisfying as he thought it would. Activity. Jerry needs to get out of Tom's belly and back to his mouth to escape. Can you find the right path? Tom coughed Jerry out onto the ground, then reared back to unleash another flame. But out came a tiny smoke ring. And guess what? Jerry now had the flame in his belly. Poor Tom. Jerry puffed out a burning blast that left Tom standing in his undies. How embarrassing. The chase was on again. Only this time, Jerry did the chasing, blowing flame after flame at the fleeing feline. But as they passed the moping dragon, Jerry felt sorry for the big, flameless beast. So he sneezed the flame into his hand and gave it back to the dragon. Tom hid behind a boulder for a second to catch his breath when he suddenly felt the shadow of the dragon over him. Ha! Tom thought and stuck out his tongue. Tom should not have done that. Fire licked Tom's heels as the dragon chased him through the woods toward the castle. Whoosh! Ah! Whoosh! Ah! It's a race through the castle. Using all 4 of the kings, queens, and jacks and 1 joker from a deck of playing cards, 13 cards in total, follow the 15 steps to the castle. Each player picks a card. Jack moves ahead 1 square, queen moves 2, king moves 3, and joker moves back 3. Reshuffle the playing cards and keep going until 1 player reaches the castle.
Thank you for watching our videos. We really appreciate your support. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe. Here are some videos we thought you might like. We hope to see you soon. Bye for now.